Hey guys, it's Melanie Hines, your fastest Iraqi Dinar Summary on the net. Things are surely heating up on the Iraqi Dinar scene, so I'm here to bring you the summary. I'm the only one that does a summary of all the intel people in a short 8 to 15 minutes. So if you work really hard like my husband and I do, please subscribe and tap the bell so you get all the updates daily. There's only one day a week I don't do a summary, and that's usually the Sabbath on Saturday. So I work really hard. Please consider subscribing and tapping the bell because it's free. All my intel is free, and my insights are unique to the community because I used to be an auditor with Price Waterhouse. The auditors, 3 sets of auditors, have been all over Iraq for a long time. They've already given their final reports. Iraq is ready to go, as evidenced by the CBI gave a rate to the Forex on May 27th of 2025, and they have yet to recant it, meaning it's loaded already on the new digital form of Forex, where nobody can see it yet until it's a coordinated political timing to release accordance with the white papers that they've done. They do that a lot, guys. They analyze the population. All these countries need to work together so that things keep rolling. So Iraq is about to revalue. If you agree, comment down below. I agree, it's about to revalue. If you've been waiting for this for a long time, now is the time. God told me to tell you it was done. I'm a woman of faith. I'm God's favorite, but so are you. I teach people how to be God's favorite. How do you hear from God? How do you hear God's voice? You subscribe and tap the bell for that. This is the Iraqi Dinar Summary only. So we'll get going. So last week, it's Tuesday. Last week I told you Exxon put their hat in the ring for that Russian place. Where is it? Figures, guys. It's just funny. So there was a pipeline link yesterday that shut down the Kurna-2 fields. Meanwhile, the crude weakens on Russian-Ukraine peace talks. Chevron, here it is. Chevron entered the race for the Iraqi oil field. So Exxon last week, now Chevron. Iraq is working with U.S. companies to get into that oil field. It's a very big oil field that Russia used to run. Russia got out of it because of the sanctions, so the U.S. is getting into it. It's an opportunity. Guys, when one person is sanctioned, it's a boon for the other countries. So that's why war can work for people. It can increase. It's working for Iraq. They're getting a bigger global market share for their oil right now while Russia is being sanctioned and cut out of the table. They're not at the table, they're on a side table. It's like being at the kiddie table at a wedding, right? They're at the kiddie table because they don't have any power right now because they're being sanctioned until they decide to play like a big boy and stop the killing, stop, trying to expand. So, but nobody knows what's really going on. That's just what the media tells you. And I don't really believe most of the media, but I do believe Iraqi media because they are honest with their citizens. They come down against social media people that go against the political narrative. Because why? They tell the people the truth because they want the people to trust the banking system. That's their new system that they've implemented. If you don't know about the new system and you hold XRP, you do know about the new system. You just need to... I know about the new system. Join me at 5. We'll talk all about it. I love talking cryptos. I also love talking foreign currency because, again, I used to audit the banks. So these articles, so Chevron enters the race for Iraq. That was the biggest breaking news today out of Iraq. I will give you any more breaking news tonight when I go live at 5 for Margaritas and Manifestations, where we party. I only party a couple times a week, and I do it with this community because my husband doesn't drink. So join us for a party at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Eastern Time. I'm in Maine. It's a beautiful day here in Maine. Here, beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's the river view. I don't know if you could see it, but I love the light here, so I'm not under the artificial light that I'm usually under when I record. So comment down below if you like the lighting. Iraq is ranked 29th globally with their gold stocks. Guys, they have everything they've done to back their currency with gold. So I'm just saying they're doing it. Now, the digital Iraqi dinar, I've been following it since June 8th, since our military resources gave us that highlight. It's at 34.34 Iraqi dinar on Handle Forex. All the other ones, are they going to go on Handle Forex on Coinbase? I don't know. But the stable coins are backed by U.S. treasuries and other currencies, foreign treasury bonds. Stablecoin is a big ocean of liquidity for people that want to back by countries' treasuries. So everybody's got to talk for this to happen. If you understand stablecoins, you know what I'm talking about. Again, you'll want to subscribe, tap the bell. I would love to have you in our conversation tonight at 5, and then you'll be notified when I go live. The other thing, the Iraqi dinar rate, oh no, that's something else. I pulled up the wrong thing. Guys, I do this live every day. I just do it. Hold on. Let me get you the new rate. I always look at the Kuwaiti dinar. There was a good friend of mine I just met, and he's been holding it because he served over there. It was great to meet you if you watch this. The Iraqi dinar to the USD right now is 1 Iraqi dinar equals less than 1/6 of a penny. It's 0.00076. Whereas the Kuwaiti dinar right now is 1 Iraqi dinar, or the Kuwaiti dinar to USD, I mean, 1 Kuwaiti dinar equals $3.26 US cents. There is a lie being perpetrated out there that the Iraqi dinar was never actually on Forex. Well, that's not true. It was on Forex, and it was on Forex last at 322, but they can update it because it's been 20 years, because it took a long time to rebuild Iraq, but they have now rebuilt Iraq. We've been looking at the details of that. So now we go to summary of everybody else. I'm the only one who talks about the cryptos versus the digital banking system versus the stable coins versus how does paper factor into all this. They gather up the paper and then they give you digital for it. That's how it exchanges. It's really pretty simple. If you want to stay free, you'll subscribe and tap the bell. Not that there's anything wrong with it. You know, we're all still going to have freedoms, but I want you to be free completely. Like, I help you get out of debt, tax optimization strategies, etc. Not taxes for the Iraqi dinar. I think you're going to have to pay taxes. You deal with your CPA on that. I think it's a mistake to try to not pay your taxes if you hold Iraqi dinar. I've said it here. I'll say it here plainly. That's a mistake. With these new systems, if you try to avoid taxes, they can put you in jail. Just saying. That is true. They've done it before. Richard Hatch just won $1 million on Survivor. His very first Survivor ended up having to go to jail because he didn't pay his taxes. Is Trump going to get rid of the IRS? I certainly hope so. But until it happens, if that happens, I will be screaming that from the rooftops. So subscribe, tap the bell. I'm not living in a hole. I'm very aware of what's going on. Tuck, what are you doing? Stop it. Mountain Goat. So the U.S. ambassador is now in Iraq, and U.S. President's envoy, Savoy, is due to arrive soon. What will they talk about? I don't know. It's going to be about the demands of the U.S. for security concerns with the Iranian-backed militias still stationed in Iraq. The message is still the same. Tuck, leave it. Get them the hell out of Iraq. Article, Washington calls on Baghdad to dismantle Iranian militias and affirms its commitment to working with Iraq. The Iranian militias are a problem and must be dealt with. However, do they need to do all this dismantling prior to the reinstatement or just have a solid agreed upon plan in place? All we can do is pray that this is a case of having a plan in place, committed to, and then let the RV go. I have my own opinions about that. Join me at 5. Ask me that question, and I will explain it because I can't explain it on a summary that I'm trying to make very few minutes. Mark Z, question, supposedly CBI ALAC said rate of 1310 exists through December 30th, 31st. Have you heard the same? Does this mean we wait until then? Mark Z, nobody knows the timing. I think it's God's timing, not man's, but whatever you think. I'm obviously one of his kingdom. That's why I'm wearing this hat, so you know who I'm, we always tell the truth, or at least I do. I don't know. We don't always. Just use your discernment. Nobody knows the timing, but Iraq has mentioned for some reason that the date and the rate a lot. There's a lot coming together in Iraq on New Year's Eve. Does that mean it cannot go before then? He didn't answer that. I think it. What do you think? Guys, I don't do dates and rates here. I keep it calm. I keep you peaceful. But God told me it was done. So I'm kind of excited that God's word never has failed me. He doesn't lie. Frank 26, Omar Reuters reported a source in the Trump administration said on TV, in light of what we invested in Iraq in terms of national wealth and American lives we have lost, we expect there to be a significant return on this investment. Frank said, damn right, Trump. Damn right. That was Frank. Militia man, we love him. They're not speaking a lot louder in what they're doing, and that's understandable. They're not going to tell us exactly what they're doing, but they're being a little more vocal about it. Caparoni, article, Samir al-Nasiri, the banking reform plan is being implemented successfully according to its timetable. At Frank 26, there was another quote from him. The only reason why Sudan is talking so much about the need for a new exchange rate is because we are there. No other reason. He knows Dad's there. and we are breathing down his neck to get this done. Not to give him a love bite, but to become a vampire if need. I don't like that. And that's Frank, right? He cannot delay any longer, and he knows it. That's why Iraq said 1310 ends on December 31st. Pimpy. Iraq can do whatever the hell they want. Trying to make claims that they can't keep moving forward with this low of an exchange rate is a lie. They've been doing it for 20 years. Trying to tell people they cannot be on the World Trade Organization with this type of exchange rate is false. Look at Vietnam. They're a member of the World Trade Organization, and their exchange rate is way worse than the Iraqi dinar. So don't say because of this they can't keep their exchange rate that low, because they can. No, I'm not saying they will. What I'm saying is the reasons you hear out there is just BS and lies. That is Pimpy's perspective. What do you think? Comment down below. Newshound Guru Jeff. I happen to love Jeff because my brother's name is Jeff. And another Jeff sent me a tip. I'm liking Jeff's right now. Hold your position, guys. We're in a very good position where you should focus your attention on what they're withholding from you, their biggest secrets, that right now is the 25 budget data. He's a budget guy, and I love it because hopefully everybody's on a budget, because with these crazy inflation, you should be on a budget. If you don't know how to do that, again, subscribe, tap the bell. I will teach you how to manage your resources. That right now is the 20 budget data. That's where you should put your direct focus on right there. The reason why they're withholding it is because it's a linchpin of the timing of the rate change, and it's close to happening. They will bring that data forward with very short notice. Again, Frank 26, he must have had a lot of good intel on his call last night. The monetary reform education to us every day explains something new to us. The latest edition of the Gazette has the Gazette. That's right. I think that was one of my shorts. I think it was Frank that said it. The latest edition of the Gazette has introduced the new official steps concerning the Iraqi dinar exchange rate. They have set the final rules concerning the new official steps concerning the Iraqi dinar exchange rate. They have set the final rules that could significantly impact currency holders such as you and I. How long you've been holding? Comment down below. I've been in it 13 years. Frank said, as the sand turns and pours in Iraq, the Gazette is now also talking. I'm looking for Sunani to give us what I call the second article. To me, the Gazette, what you just told me, that's the second article I want. The Gazette is laying out the rules of engagement. What do you think about that? Guru Claire. Article, U.S. Congress links Iraq security cooperation funds to restrictions on Iran-aligned militia. Quote, the U.S. Congress has introduced rigorous new conditions on military assistance to Iraq, directly linking funding to the suppression of Iran-aligned militias. The National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026, designated S2296, contains provisions that would freeze half of the funds allocated for the Office of Security Cooperation in Iraq, OSCE, until the Iraqi government demonstrates credible steps towards disarming rogue factions and asserting the exclusive authority of the state. What do you think? Comment down below. We can see Iraq is executing because they have 112 to 116 billion in reserves. They have 171 tons of gold. They're telling you these things that supports the value of their currency. They have the new Escuda system, which is the teaching people about the new monetary system that they're going to be using. 60% of the corruption has been alleviated. That's all about the money going back to their treasury. All that support is a real effective exchange rate. It's the quiet tell, meaning everybody has a tell, but they're not going to tell you in words that they're doing this. It's just going to show up. Even Kim Clement said, nothing, 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 and then suddenly, as if it happens overnight. Other prophets have said it, like Brandon, even Amanda Grace. She's one of the prophets that's very popular and alive. She did an October 25th short talking about the Iraqi dinar. A lot of Kim Clement and Donna Clement and Bo Polney did a whole thing about the Iraqi dinar. If you have not watched that, I suggest you go watch that. Bo Polney's thinking between now and the 10th. Tomorrow's the 10th. What do you think? He's saying from a biblical perspective, these are times and seasons. God still works on God's calendar. If you don't believe it, join me sometime and I'll tell you, or look at all my other videos. Guys, that's what I got for the summary. I love you all. I try to keep it under 15 minutes. If you like this summary, please give me a positive comment down below. I love you all. Peace. I'll see you at 5. I need to celebrate. I've been stressed for like 2 weeks. What about you? I've been feeling anxious, and how you been feeling, comment down below. I've been feeling anxious, tired, weary, and stressed. If you've been feeling that way, join us at 5 for some stress relieving talk. Bye.